At 17, I had the incredible privilege of meeting Nelson Mandela. I just won the World Championship in public speaking. And I arrived at his office to meet him. And he and I sat in his study for an hour, what felt like an eon. And my mother, in preparing me for the meeting with Madiba, said to me, "Look smart, sound intelligent, don't embarrass me." Still the 3 words I utter in my head every time before I get on stage. And I decided that the only way I could be a young man of any substance in that meeting, and young people, listen to this because it's important, was if I said nothing but asked really good questions. The life you seek and the blessing you pray for is at the other end of the questions you ask. Ask good questions. And so throughout the entire meeting, I'd prepared notes and taken notes, and I was asking these really good questions. And about 58 minutes into the meeting, his assistant, Zelda, peeks her head through the door, a mark that it's time to wrap this up. And Madiba, in only the most iconic way Madiba could do, looked at me puzzled, and he said, "You know, when they scheduled the meeting, they told me you are a world champion public speaker." And I said to him, "Yebo Dada." Dada, by the way, is a beautiful Xhosa word. It means grandfather. And Madiba looked at me and he said, "But man, you have not spoken." He then looked at me and he said, "Have you any final questions?" The question I asked him is the one I will ask of you. And the answer he gave me is the wisdom I hope for all of you here. I asked of him, I said, "Dada, what is your hope for the future of South Africa?" And I want to take some poetic license and say, what is hope for the future of this continent? And Madiba looked at me and he said, "We need a little bit of faith." I asked him, "What is faith?" He said, "Faith is the ability to believe in the impossible. It is the ability to see the invisible, and the ability to trust in the unknown." Now I know that you cannot see what's at the other end of this chasm, that you are not known of what's happening on the other side, but I promise you here today, as sure as my name is Vusi Thembekwayo, I am 6'2" Zulu and good looking, I guarantee you this, that the mark of what it's meant to be an African is we are a people of faith and hope. And that what I pray for you, your nation, for this church, and for our entire generation is that we will live by principle, we will live in hope, and we will be people of faith. I'm so humbled that you have invited me here. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.